Find this new angle. So I guess I'm going with this mic because I can't find my other mic. This is what I was taking, and I just got to say, miscellaneous topics. This shit does have side effects, but it works. But is it worth it to have the side effects later? No. So this shit actually works, but this one is train wreck. It's not the best. I think red is the best. But once you get tolerance to it, you want to, like a drunk, you want to take more and more and more. So probably not a good idea to take this stuff. It just doesn't have good side effects. Like me, I can take diazepam, almost no side effects when I'm done with it. Almost none. I don't have to work off stuff like diazepam. I don't even have to work at it. It's so easy. It doesn't even feel like there is a side effect. There is no withdrawal. But it's okay. It's just my biology. It's not yours. The studies say this. The studies say that. So yeah, road fugitive, broke his collarbone. Yeah. All right, so I am No Pause Clark. If anyone doesn't know, I have done some videos. I've done No Pause clips. I've done No Pause Clark raw run, frontage row. A lot of people seem to appreciate that, I just go in almost any direction and I stick with it. Topics of politics I might even delve into if somebody was to talk, which, I ain't gonna lie. Some people are just a little adamant to talk to me. They don't want me to insult them and stuff, and I understand. 100%. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but if you're that paranoid about me, then don't come in my chat because I don't want you to talk. You might get upset early or something, and I don't want you to do that. But if you did come into my chat, I wouldn't hassle you. And I am known to kind of get mad. So a lot of people, it's not like that. It's just that if you have a conversation, you can't be hating on each other. You have to actually show contempt, in the sense that, you're willing to take their garbage just for a little while. In case you don't believe it's garbage, you might say another thing. But most of the time, other people's agenda is garbage to you. So you just got to take it like a beating and listen to them. And that's it. And, even if you don't like what they're talking about, just act like you do. Because guess what? They're going to hate your guts if you don't like something they're talking about. So everyone puts an act on. It's just a mutual conduct act. It's like, I'm not trying to hate on anyone. I hate what you're about, but I'm not going to admit that in public. Hello, how are you doing? Shake my hand. That kind of thing, and that's how it is in life. And a lot of people just don't want to admit it. It's really not that much of a connection. when it comes to the human being, the human being, the secular human being, the secular ideas of a human being, the mind of a human being means to me that you get to go in any direction, but within, moderation, within things that are not going to foster any an emulsion of positive gains. You have to emulsion of positive gains. So you have to try. And that's it. And that's what I look at life as. It's just, just like a fucking trout in a river, you have to get back, a salmon, rather, in a river, you have to get back to home base. That shit's a fucking job and a half. Maybe it's not even possible. Yeah, It's, actually life is very general, very simplistic. We're basically like, if you were to farm a bunch of fish, we're no different. We are genetic stock, so mostly a genetic need. On the other hand, there's probably other aspects to the flesh that are used eventually, if not continually in another place. And sometimes I believe that, a lot of live abductions take place in national forests because it's just a little more incognito. So when I say abductions, what I mean is unexplained abductions, in the sense that there's no way they can even account for the disappearance. In cases like that, yes, you can assume that this is what we would call paranormal. That's it. What we would call paranormal. But in reality, it's not paranormal. It's just that your eyes have not adjusted to such unusual things ever before. So a word would be good right now, is what people would say. Yeah, let's figure a word. Paranormal. No, it's actually normal. You just don't have a clue. That's how life is. You don't have a clue what's going on. Even my dog knows. I'm of a higher intellect. When he's looking over at me, he gets a little bit afraid because he's a dog. And he has an anxiety of being afraid when there's a superior being near him. So a dog will often get a little anxiety. So you have to look over at the dog, and I just did, and I gave him the signal, it's okay, now he's sleeping. So, but dogs have psychological things going on. When they see your emotions while you're talking, they can transcend their own dogliness and actually know exactly what you're kind of like, what state you're in, and it spooks them out a little bit. It's their side of paranormal. A dog's paranormal is that. It's not unexplainable to a dog, but they're still interested, and they'll be peering at you because they know you're talking to something, there's no person there, but you're probably talking to a person. A dog figures this stuff out, right? He knows what dog means, right? Doggy, come here, Mama. Want to say hi to the camera? Oh my God, he liked that one. Want to say hi to the camera? Want to say hi to the camera? Want to say hi to the camera? Come on. Come here. Come here. Trying to get his mind focused. Come here. He's not a trained dog. He's just a house dog, but he's also a protection dog. He knows what's bad and what's good. Right, Boo? Exactly. He puts his ears out when I raise my tongue and my voice. I shoot louder voice. My voice echoes in here too, so he kind of perks up when I'm talking. Right now, he's got the bulldog relaxation look on his face. Hey, Mama! Kind of like a bulldog relaxation face. Just kind of looking over, laying down on his doggy bed. But he's a great dog. He's a great dog. He's a great dog. I ain't gonna lie, like any dog, and certain dogs are, not as quick to learn other things. He's a stubborn on certain things. Cars, people. He wants to get petted. But when he's at home, he needs to know that's not the case. So I tell people not to pet my dog there on purpose. This is home base. And he recognizes. Exactly. It could be a bear. It could be another human. Exactly, 5. He recognizes. He picked up the psychic wave that I sent to him. He knows it was a possible alert, but it was really just a practice alert, but his head is all popped up. I'm not going to move my computer for such stupid stuff, but He's really serious now, looking super serious. Good boy, boo. Check it out. Check it out. Maybe not. I have to convince him that there's a serious situation, but because he's a dog, he's more psychic actually than me right now. He already knows there's no threat. So he's laying in his dog bed, chilling, and he just put his face down on his paw and he's going to relax again. Because he knows there's no threat. Good boy. I perked him right up. He just put his ears back. He's not sure what that all is about, but yeah. If I use certain cues with my dog, he starts to recognize there's a possible threat. Right? If I put my nose up and go like that, he recognizes there's a possible threat. And he's keeping his ears back too, which is also kind of like being on standby for a dog. Good boy. You got to keep them alert though. Don't let them go back to sleep. If they think there's a possible threat, you don't want them to get tired. So you have to keep looking at your dog like there's a possible threat. Right, Five? You just say stuff like that, little cue words like that. Right, Five? And what you do is you psychically tune in with your dog's brain, and he psychically tunes with you. You kind of correspond at that point. Right, Five? Make sure you cue every now and then, right, Five? And at the same frequency. Good boy. Boy, Five. Now, whenever I say good boy to my dog, I always try to say good boy or good boy, like that. Two different frequencies. They mean two different things to my dog. Right now he knows there's no threat again because he knows I'm just showing an example. He's not dumb. And he went to sniff his rear end. Oh, he's back to being laying down. Yeah, he's relaxed now. He knows I'm just chilling, talking, doing my thing. But he's a good boy. He is a good boy. But I always try to use cue extensions like that one. I just did. I was good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Whoa, whoa. See, because he knows it's the same word, but it's accentuated or something, and it's like an effect to a dog. And they start to wonder, is this teaching me more languages? You know, and it's kind of true, yeah. Right, Five? Always try to get their attention with their eyeballs, even when they got their face down on their doggy bed. When they got their face down on their doggy bed like that, always try to keep their eyes looking at you from time to time. To get a good guard dog, make sure when they're alert, when you need them alert, is how to put it. You don't have to train a guard dog the way they do in the police or anything. That's all for specialized stuff. To train a dog, you just have to key into its brain. For instance, this lady down the street, she's got this gigantic dog. It's only a year old, and it's huge. It's bigger than a Pyrenees. It's so goddamn big, and it's got something else in it. Some other, I don't know what, some kind of shepherd in it. And it's just gigantically huge, white, and if anyone saw this dog, they'd be totally intimidated. But, I'm friends with the dog. I've met it. It's a puppy when I met it. It's still big when I met it, but now it's huge. It's a year old. It's bigger than my dog, a year old. It's by far. I mean, my dog's got dense muscle, but this dog's got just huge size and huge. Anyway, the personality of the dog, because I guess the female that has owned it has, thrown her female vibe to a female dog, and the female dog is very friendly when you get to know it. But you just got to make sure that it receives you properly. When you get to the property, you don't just walk on the property with no permission. You act like you talk with the person for a second. The dog realizes, I know this guy, I'm not going to do anything. you know, and then you walk on the property petting. Now, I did the other day, and I couldn't believe how reactive for a big dog this was. It was the friendliest big dog I ever came across. It was not like a Pyrenees, but it was similar looking, but it had more of some kind of a shepherd in it. So, but anyway, some like Albanian shepherd or some weird thing in it, man. I got to see if that's what it was. And it was just so cool. Albanian shepherd. Oh my God. No, it's an Irian shepherd. Yeah, Albanian dog. Yeah, that's what it's got in it. Holy shit. Fucking thing's massive. So it's mixed with Pyrenees and an Iberian Shepherd, Iberian Shepherd, or whatever it's called. That fucking dog though is so cool, but it would scare the shit out of anyone full grown. I guarantee you, when that dog's full grown, nobody except me and her will be able to want to come near it. It'll be it might even reach Great Dane proportions. That fucking thing is so huge. Probably will. It probably, yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. It's got two of the biggest fucking dogs in it. Anyway, that dog is cool to me, and I love it. I love that dog. God, you know what? But if it was a male, it would never have happened. I don't think it would have ever happened. Possible, but not likely. It wouldn't have been a bipartisan dog if it was an alpha male. But because it was a female puppy when I met it, it was only about 6 months old. I already have a rapport, but common sense, you know, will tell you that the dog's not. But yeah, anyone else, a bear or anything, it's a great bear dog. Great friggin' bear dog. I'm not sure how it would deal with a bear in person, but it's a great bear dog. My dog's a good bear dog, and he's not as big, and he's just really dense. Very dense in muscles. The muscles and bones are composites of bigger dogs that just didn't get it because he's a runt. But he's still a big dog. He's a medium-sized big dog. Right, Five? I mean, a medium size. He's a high-end medium-sized dog. You know, he's pretty big. He's pretty big. Right, Five? He's got his ears back right now. He's not sure. He's got some probably Jones in the play. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Where's your ball? It's your ball. Where is it? I see it right there. I see it right there. Ball. Ball. Okay. So anyway, I don't know if anyone knows, because this is a video, I'm not like looking for people up in chat, but I injured myself years ago. I don't know how, I don't even know if I did it. It's probably one of my brothers throwing me off a hill, a bike ride I couldn't ride. But anyway, I got a back problem, and every now and then I kind of get paralyzed. I can barely move. And when I say I can move like this shit in my legs and my head, but I can't move my lower back at all. Or my back, actually. If I move any part of my back, it will set that nerve in fire, like in destroy mode. And it's so painful. And so, yeah, I deal with that on occasion. I think in the past year, I may have had that a couple times. But it's here nor there to me. I mean, it does hurt like hell, but you can't make it go away. I probably should have surgery on it. Probably better than not. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, surgery. Surgery on my back, I'm thinking. Okay, this guy's on. What the hell happened here? Damn it! Come on, bitch! I gotta go to it. Phone losers. Bitch. Phone losers.
Why? I'm sorry, why is there another lady on the phone?
I don't know, I'm just calling about the old computer desk, man.
I don't know who the other lady is. It's my desk. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. No, it's my desk. I'm selling it. It's $100. No, it's my desk. She called me. Sir, is that your wife on the phone?
No, I don't know who that is. I called about the old computer desk. It's 125.
Yeah, that's me. Yes, it's 125. I don't know who the other person is talking, but I'm kidding.
It's coming from your end.
Excuse me, I'm kidding. Well, you know what? The phone's just messing up. Oh, the phone's messing up. You just happen to be selling an old computer desk for the same price as me. I have no idea. It sounds like a scam. It's on my number. It sounds like you're scamming me or something. No, you're scamming me. This man just called me.
Are you guys just messing with me both? Like,
no. I don't know who the other lady is.
I don't know who she is.
I really don't know who she is.
She's on your end though, right? Because she's got the same thing for sale.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
no, she. Oops.
I'm still here. I'm also selling. What's your name? This is Kitty. No, you're not. Yes, I am. I'm selling a desk and some boots and some fertilizer.
Yeah, that's the ad I'm looking at right here. So I'm sorry, which one is the one actually selling?
So what number did you call?
I called the 4057 number.
Yeah, that's my number. I don't know who this lady is on my phone. She has popped in on my line and she sounds like a scammer. Well, you're the scammer. You found my number. I've never heard of this before.
I just dialed one number. I didn't call two people. I don't know why you're both. You're sure
I know.
That's not one of your kids on the extension phone? Just
I have no kids here by myself.
Okay, well, I just want to buy the desk. I'm very interested in the desk.
Okay, where are you located?
I'll pay the 125.
Yeah, let me give you my address. My address. Come over and pick it up. Where are you calling? We still have the boots too.
I'm in Chiefland.
Oh, okay, so am I. No, I'm in Chiefland. I don't know who this lady is. The boots are sold, honey. You don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not calling about the boots.
I know this other lady said the boots are still available. It's not me. I don't know how that's happening. This lady is impersonating me. My name is Kitty. What's your last name? It's none of your business. What are you, an identity thief? You must be. You are. Popping up on my phone line like this, trying to act like you're me. Let her get on my number back, and we'll get rid of her. Oh, yeah, it's going to get rid of you, ma'am. Because you're the one that's a faker, a scammer.
You there? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just confused about all the what's happening.
I know. Well, whatever number you dialed, just ring it back to me.
Oh, I dialed.
Are you at 528?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got your number. Yeah, you called me.
Oh, yeah. You can call me back. Maybe she won't be on.
No, I'll be here because I'm the one selling the computer desk. Yeah. Hello?
Hi. I called about the open computer desk.
Yeah, and you know what? I called the number back and it says it didn't even ring to you. It said it's a disconnected number. Well, I don't know how you're still on my line then, because, you're a scam, I'm sorry. I'm not a scam, man. I'm just trying to sell my computer desk, and I don't know why you're interfering with this. I'm just trying to make it sale. Wait, how did this man hear about your computer desk?
It was on the radio.
No, don't tell him.
Oh, sorry.
It's from the radio. How did he know about your computer desk? Because I put it on the radio this morning. And I've been doing that for years, I've always... That woman is crazy. I am not crazy, ma'am. You're the crazy one. You're the number. Yeah, he called me. My number is 4057.
Look, I just wanted a computer desk. I don't know why. What's this all about? This is just weird to me.
I don't know either, but my phone has been saying that I have a bunch of I need to. Yeah. I need to go to Verizon because there's a bunch of virus on my phone. That's not how this is happening. Oh, that sounds like a lie. I wouldn't listen to that message. See, too late about it.
Yeah, she sounds like a scammer.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she definitely does sound like a scammer.
Yeah, I know.
I've been putting stuff on the radio for years. I sold my food sealer last year. Oh, this is what I put anything on? Oh, that's weird because I remember putting lots of stuff on. I remember I called into the radio station. I said I was looking for Layton's. And I was selling my woman's cowboy boots. I've been selling on here for years. This is a scam. I'm saying this is a virus, sir. I know, you're the virus. You are the virus, man. I'm the real kitty. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well, I'm sorry, which one's the real kitty that actually has the computer desk?
That's me. I live in Chiefland. I live in Chiefland. And my name's Kitty. I'm selling a computer desk. Sir, do you want my address?
Yes, please. Like you, I just buy it eager and get it.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is good idea. Let's see if she has my address. Now you tell me your address. You go ahead. You're calling from Old Town, the Cross City.
Well, I'm calling. I'm a Chiefland. Yeah, I'm a Chiefland.
Yes. So I'm between Chiefland.
Which address?
Yeah, I'm 8 miles from Chiefland.
Which address should I come to?
5 Lane. 3rd Lane. Yeah, see. That's my address. Yeah, just come there and this lady will, it's a virus, it has to be. Because I keep getting these messages to take my phone to Verizon. What did the messages come up on your phone? Why get that, sir? Why haven't you taken it to Verizon then?
Yeah, I got your address.
Okay, well just come on, I'm here. Okay, but it's not going to be her, sir. It's going to be me. It's at that address. She doesn't know what she's talking about. This lady's on drugs. That lady is so nuts. You must be on heroin or something, lady.
Ma'am, I am not on heroin. I just called to buy a
No, this woman, the other woman.
The other woman?
It said she's me.
Well, I thought that was you. Is her name Kitty? I'm so confused.
I'm Kitty.
You're kidding?
Just come to my address and you can buy the computer.
Did you say you're kidding with me?
No. She's not Kitty. I'm Kitty. What's your other name? What do you mean my other name? What are you talking about? I don't have another name because I'm not a scammer.
Oh, see, you don't have the other name.
I'm not
That's
a
why.
scammer. I'm not a
Yeah,
scammer like
you're
you.
scamming me. That's right. Because I have a different name. You know how you go to school and you have a proper name? So, and then you have a nickname?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Just come to this address.
Okay, but is it good? Like, are you guys gonna be fighting when I get there still?
She's not there. She's not here.
I am too here, and I've got the desk all ready for you. I've got it sitting out on the porch.
See, that's a lie.
What's a lie?
It's not sitting on the porch.
So it's not ready?
It's sitting on the porch. No, it is ready.
I shouldn't come and get it?
You should come and get it.
You should not come and get it. It's not ready.
I don't know what
So
to
if
do.
you want to just come to the address if you want it, because I'm going to sell it to somebody today.
If you come to this address, I'm gonna take my axe and I'm gonna cut the desk in half right in front of you.
And I'll have the sheriff here for you, lady.
Oh no! I don't allow the sheriff on my
Yeah,
property.
I'll have the sheriff here for you.
My property is a sovereign.
Lady, I'll have the sheriff here for you.
Sovereign
I'm
nation.
telling you.
I don't allow
So
sheriffs.
if you want the desk, come to the address and get it.
Well, I don't want to come there if there's.
Almost lit my damn hair on fire. Hot as balls out here today. Right a corner. This guy mowing his lawn. Old guy, you know what I mean? And he's pushing it. I said, yo, man, you better get out of the heat. You know what I mean? Well, I do comedy. I do all the comedy clubs here, you know what I mean? I do jokes. Working on some new ones, as a matter of fact. I'm doing comedy for this company called Jazz. And they put online videos on, like, you know, like YouTube shit. Well, it's fucking better, to be honest with you. So I'll practice some of my jokes, like,
That's not that funny. And maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not looking at it though. If I skip through McHenry Cruiser, I'll listen to him, but I can't listen to his stupid introduction. All right, let's go listen to him now.
yeah. Back on the West Coast. That's right, Negro. I'm back. Going back to California love. California knows how to party. What's up, Charlotte? What's up, Molasses Murphy? What's up, beautiful me? Yeah, my friend. Yeah. Now I don't have to stream from my laptop. That's pretty cool. Whew, not that I mind streaming from a laptop. Yeah. Pardon me. Jean, I don't know. Is that Jasmine's Crooked Stores to Jean? On my breath, perhaps, maybe. Well, I don't know why I even came on. I literally got nothing to talk about. Nothing at all. Got nothing to say. I don't even know what I'm doing with this channel. Like, I have no direction. Nothing. Like I was on Berg's Berg show, his live stream yesterday. And he's like, so what do you do? Like, are you a troll? Or I know you speak, but like, what do you do? He doesn't even know what I do. And I was telling him, I'm like, I'm pretty much directionless. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a gimmick. I have no gimmick. Am I in the drama community? Am I part of the bottom of YouTube? Like, Void? Or like, what am I? What am I doing here? What's going on here? Am I just a live streamer? Am I a content creator? What's my content? I don't know. People talk shizzle about me, and I respond. That's pretty much what I do. Well done, Cruiser. You really outdid yourself with the main prank. Yeah, I got some attention. I wish it would have went viral. I wish the main news would have talked about it, but only that one radio station made the article about it and posted it on their Facebook. I got over 100 comments and various things. Fuck Stephen King. F Stephen King. That's what I'm talking about, mate. You're a legend and an icon. I'm a hero and a legend and an icon. I'm the man who single-handedly put this platform on the map. That's me, right here. I launched it into the stratosphere, and somebody might say, well, you only got 26 viewers. So what? You don't know who those viewers are. Is that Sylvester Stallone? Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is that Susan, CEO of YouTube?
He makes sense there. He makes sense there. All right. He was saying that he only gets so many views, but you never know who viewed him. It could be a famous person or something. He's right about that. You never know. Oh yeah. I need to do that. I'm sorry. I was supposed to download the kids that longboard. They were saying hi to my dog. I was supposed to download that for you guys. Let's do it right now. Or wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna do it this way. I just came off to drop my stuff off because they came over to drop my stuff off. Because when I crashed on the skateboard, I left all my pads and everything. I even left a whole set of wheels over there because I took them off over there. So I left them over there for like a week. So I just said, you can have the wheels. I don't care. They were good ones too. They didn't start coning really. Maybe a little. They were coning a little, but that's about it. Now I gotta check this and make sure it looks good. Oh yeah, I'll just include this video with that one. Because I had a power outage. Somebody hit a telephone pole and I videotaped that. So I'll just throw that in there as a clip just because it happened to be that same around the day or two afterwards. All right, yeah, I think I'll, how long is this? 1 minute, 40 seconds. No, that's too long. It was just a small clip. I got to redo it. That's too long. I didn't want that for long. Yeah, whenever I do stuff, I got to make sure it's short sometimes. I don't want a long video. Oh yeah, it was the 23 second. All right, save. 1080. Oh, those kids are a riot, man, and they're very happy. Their life, they're very happy. They can ride motorcycles, they can do this, they can do that. All talented kids. So When I went down the hill the first times on my skateboard, I ran into their older brothers, and that's how I got to know them all. And their mom and dad and people down the street, you know, kind of a little bit. I know everybody, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, they longboard. And how many people do you know longboard? Okay, so as a result, you know, I did a video for all the kids in the neighborhood. I was like, these kids, they all know how to longboard. Might as well get them on longboards. I hooked them up a little bit too on the side. Won't talk about that, but hey, they now have those skateboards, you know, so, and those bearings, at least for the most part, I think. Anyway, I love seeing people that get out and get exercise outdoors. It's just a good thing. You can't deny it. All right, YouTube. Trying to save to YouTube. Yes, thank you. Oh, this is the telephone pole one only. Okay. Power out. That was that. I don't think the kids are in this one, but I'm just gonna load it just like that. Yeah, I was gonna do that one too, so I might as well do it now while I have it. Oh, did I? Oh, I already did the video with the kids in it. Okay. Look, man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I already did it. It's right here. Jesus Christ. I didn't know I already downloaded it. That's weird. Maybe I set it for download when it was offline, and then it went into mode when I got online. That's weird. I can't believe I already did that. My voice is a little groggy. I got food caught in my throat a little bit. All right. Now, oh yeah, get off that and go to YouTube. And then see if my video. I can't believe I just saw. I already loaded it and I didn't even know. There it is. Yeah, I already did the video with my dog. Got 3 likes. Cool. Oh. Sure. All right. He loves you guys. Look at that. My dog loves these kids. He's fine. My dog loves certain people. As long as I introduce them early, they don't have any issues with anybody. But sometimes like any dog, they smell a cat or something. It's a bigger adult. His alpha will trigger a little, and I have to be wary of that when he's on the leash. So, yeah, my dog will trigger from alpha, the scent of alpha, male hormones. So from his own body, it will trigger him. So if he gets all worked up over something out of nowhere, he will growl or something at somebody, especially if they smell like a cat, but that's a typical dog. Typical dog. Yeah, but the older brothers were really, really good, or they were getting really good, and then they just went into dirt biking. He just gave up the sport of longboarding for dirt biking. And that kind of gets me upset because I would have had somebody to longboard with had they not done that. But it's all good. Probably they would continue to be skaters, but a lot of people just go into motorbikes, or they just try to do it fast in a bunch of things, different things. But it's better to focus if you're in a sport of any kind on what you're doing at the time so you get good at it. It's just like somebody that likes yoga. They focus on the yoga or whatever it is, the meditation involved, whatever it is that they do while they're doing it. Like I don't want to see somebody that's at a restaurant hosting me that's multitasking while I'm talking to her. I don't like that shit when they're trying to please you on the side kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I can do 10 things at once, like an octopus. It's like, hey, yeah, but that's it's distracting. It's distracting. Causes me to like go, well, shit, man. Tempted to ask questions in between the. Sometimes anyway, it's not a big deal. It makes you curious, are they doing their job or are they just bullshitting you? And you don't want to think about that. Because it makes you uncomfortable as a customer to sit there and say, do they even know that, or have they registered that, I don't know. It's like when I do my live stream, does anyone register when I talk? I mean, does anybody know how to register with other people at all? Like make sense with other people? Because if you do, you don't have to come and chat, but I mean, you can at least conceptually ask yourself that. What do I on the table have to offer her? Nothing, probably. Probably nothing, but you could try. You could say fuck off or, or say something cool or make a comment or reference something or make, try to see if I can get an answer out of me. It probably would require chat. Yeah. But I'm not a bitcher. I'm not a moaner. I'm doing the live streams. I get to do them. They're, it's a habit. It's kind of like right now I don't have anything to do. I just got my power out, went out for a day and a half, and now it's on. So I'm just doing the video for that reason. And I feel a little better from this. And I do have back problems from childhood. Being thrown off hills, I can't. Bike, I can't ride. Stuff like that. When I was really young. Maybe I was 7 when they quit doing it. They started doing that shit when I was like 5 years old. I have memories of being pushed off a hill at high speed on a bike. I couldn't ride. And it's actually, most people get PTSD from something like that, and I probably suffered it for some time. But then I realized that PTSD is easy to throw out the window. It's easy to throw out the window like cargo. You can get rid of PTSD if you're strong, but you have to be strong to do it. You have to throw it out the window. It's like, hey man, this is a kilo. No, just kidding, but you know what I mean. Throw it out the window. You have to be strong to throw your fucking cargo out the window. And PTSD is cargo. And it makes what you are, and because of the incidents that made the PTSD, whatever they may be, it's going to hold you back. So the first thing you do is you reverse it, and you throw it out the window. Because as long as you have that cargo with you, it will always drain you of energy, and you will never be the person you want to be. So you have to throw it out the window. PTSD out the window. On the fucking road. Off the road. Doesn't matter. Out the window. While you're moving, so you never see it again. Hopefully you're on a rural fucking road too. But get the PTSD the fuck away. That shit ain't gonna work for anyone. Not me. Not me. Yeah, I don't think it's healthy to incorporate something that's induced from trauma into your life. I don't think it's healthy to do that. So I don't do it for that reason. It's not healthy to feel like you have no power against something. But I am not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. During the psychological profile I had when I was younger, not too much younger, but pretty young, 1993 or something, they evaled me. I told them, I have a fear of explosions. bombs, stuff like that. And then 9/11 happened. So I don't really have the same condition anymore, but I still have that gnawing feeling that that will continue cyclically through time. And it will be sometimes too close for comfort. It's pretty much like very unpredictable. You don't know if it's going to be biological warfare or chemical warfare. You don't know what it's going to be. You don't know if it's going to be psychological warfare. You don't know exactly what tactic will be used. But a lot of people won't talk about it. It is a form of Cold War right now. It's amongst entities that want to keep us as docile as possible so that we don't really wig out on anything in particular and go in any particular directions. And they're like, hey, man, we got to kind of keep the fence a little higher with those things because they're getting quite high, you know? They're getting quite high nowadays. Let's heighten the fence because that's what we are. Humans are fenced-in creatures, basically. We're in a form of prison. We think everything's beautiful outside just to please our eyes, but they have that ability to create that resource. It's not God. It's just a bunch of other extended extraterrestrials developing creatures in other places so they have different places to go to pick them up. Because if it wasn't like that, they'd have to do everything in one area of their time space and it would not evolve properly. So they have to go in different dimensions to make it evolve properly. Otherwise it won't bloom like a flower. So they have to go in other dimensions, find places for the same kind of colonies and create creatures that will work in that area, in that physics. If they can't create creatures in that physics, they create energy in those physics. And then from there, try to create whatever form of life they can. If so the extraterrestrials have invested interest in that stuff because what it is they, they proliferate and then they figure out, well, it's safer to do this. If we were just to do it all in our universe, we'd probably die off. So they figure out they got to go to like, who knows how many different universes, plant humans, and extensions of intelligence and farmed animals. We're just farmed animals, though. But these extraterrestrials are way past us. They still have wars, though. They still have wars. The ones that are created us. So that's another reason why they do it, because it's a little bit incognito to make a bunch of humans and say this physics. They don't want to really be identified as the ones who, quote, made them, but they will make them. And yeah, they don't really want the other extraterrestrials coming and going to know exactly what's up. So they try to keep it incognito. Like, well, it's up in the air as to who made them, but they're there. So I kind of think that's what it's all about. It's keep us safe too that way. A little bit more like we live on the block, so to speak. Even though we're farm animals, we kind of live on the same block, so to speak. This is a gathering area, and some of the creatures hub here for other reasons. Whether it be us or not, it's just it's whatever reasons they have. It doesn't even have to include Earth. It's like that's not their main focus when they're coming and going most of the time anyway. To them, to extraterrestrials, humans are just like landscaping and maybe a little park with a walkway for walking your dog in a creek. That's what it is when they're coming and going. So the ones that stop here are just taking a look at some of the biological material that's in there. That's it. And also maybe doing diagnostics on various other humans with AI systems coded in their genetics. That's it. They want to see if you're maintaining everything. It looks like this one's performing right. Okay, we're off. That's it. Just like when we get deers out of, state parks and or animals, and we have to give them a physical or whatever because we're not sure if they're sick or we want to make sure they don't get a disease and stuff like that. But I don't even know how much they spend on stuff like that. I'd like to know. I'd like to know how much the national park actually, their budget per year for studying animals. National Parks budget for studying animals.
Here's what I found on the.
Hold on. yearly funding for national park?
According to U.S. Department of the Interior, operation of the National Park System, the 2020 budget requests $2.4 billion for operations of the National Park System. In 2017, NPS served over 318 million visitors from across America.
Crazy. Check this one out. How many bears were killed in Grand Junction, Colorado in 2017?
168 bears. According to Denver Westward, 168 bears killed in Colorado in 2017, Westward.
Now check this out. You're gonna freak out. I'm just gonna do this in the, I don't even know, I haven't even checked it, but let's try 2020. Number of bears in Grand Junction, Colorado killed 2020.
Here's a result from the web.
It didn't have one on that one. Maybe not very many. Maybe that's what it means, but we'll check this one out. Looks like we killed off a lot in 2017. Don't have to worry about bears in Colorado for a while, huh? How much did I say? 168 or something? Yeah, they killed 168 bears in Grand Junction in like 2017. It said it, you heard it. Anyway, so that's, I don't know, man, it's kind of a fucking fucked up society. But where else are the bears gonna go? I don't know, travel them to fucking Canada? I don't know. Shit, do something, bitch. You know, I mean, come on, we gotta get these bears the fuck out, up in there, or whatever they can survive. It wouldn't be probably nice to put them up in Canada. I would release some in, I don't know, I might even consider bears in, I don't know, you can't change the ecology. People, liberals will scream and cry over it. But sometimes I really think that, and this is not a joke, okay? Sometimes I really get this really hard vibe that there's these really elite people who have things such as, let's say, yellowfin tuna that is huge, but it's farmed in like little test tubes with some current so that they can swim. And they use a little electricity once in a while to make it even more athletic and stuff, so it doesn't have to get too radical in the water. And then when they're done, they have a yellowfin tuna that would be worth like probably 100 times what a normal one would be worth. It's kind of like a massaged beef, like, you know, that Kobe beef. Because then you would actually process the creature, the animal, entire life would be spent in basically a tube, a little tube. Or you could make it bigger, depending on what kind of seller you were. You could make it to where it actually swam a distance around and around, but you could make different passageways, whatnot. But the truth is, you just have the fish, you know, be in little tubes, test tubes, if you will, and they grow to a gigantic size, and then you process them. You fucking, just like you would any other animal, you know, or, you know, in this case, invertebrate. Yeah, I mean, you know, and those are expensive fish. So, I mean, it would probably go for 100 times what a normal one would go for. Be like, oh, yeah, secret processed fucking yellowfin tunas. Secretly, covertly processed yellowfin tuna. You know, it'd be like an underground secret facility, you know, and all the people against, you know, all the liberals would be so upset if they found out they were making their own yellowfin tuna because they probably want to eat it. Let me get some water. Oh, and some coffee. Hey, boo, you're doing really good, dog. Good boy. So, and then that would include anything else, like alligator gar or whatever fish they want, and they just produce it instead of farming it. They just produce it in little test tubes, and they electrically charge them once in a while to tighten up all their muscles and make them fit. And then when they're done processing it, it would be like the best fish in the world. It'd be like 100 times any other fish. Every fish that they process would be 100 times what a fucking yellowfin tuna would be. You have to pay almost $500,000 for the best quality. I mean, literally shit like that. $500,000 for a fish, seriously, because they would electrically charge it, and it would stimulate the meat weird, and it would, similar to Kobe beef, it would make them this exquisite fucking fish for sushi or anything else. And everybody would just like, hey man, switch from ocean fish to this stuff, because you'll never regret it. It'd be like, yeah, my pocketbook will though. But really, in truth, you could sit there and just do it like once a year, like a vacation or something. You can afford it. Of course, you wouldn't be buying a whole fish. You'd be just buying a plate of food of it. So it would probably set you back quite a lot of money, but other than that, whatever a normal steak of yellowfin tuna, the best quality yellowfin tuna steaks, what price are they? I'm going to look up. Because I'm not a tuna fan, but I just want to see. What is the highest quality yellowfin tuna steak price?
I found this on Amazon.
So albacore tuna loins, $195, marked down from $215. Alaskan gold. Okay, well, that's albacore. I want to see yellowfin. Here we go. Yellowfin tuna steak, wild caught, $64. There's 4 of them sitting there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now this stuff, obviously, it would be more like for 4 steaks like that, it would probably be $150. For 4 steaks like that. Because you got to remember, the fish would be worth fucking, fucking 50, 100 times what, it depending on how it was processed. Some would use something different than, I'm just making a prediction here about how people will process food in space stations and stuff like that. It will be like that. The fish will not have a life. It will fucking just be processed food. It will have muscles. It will have its own environment, clean water, sanitation for it, cleaned up, everything cleaned up. But it will be food, But yeah, they will do that eventually. And eventually, they will also be able to give you a pill that you put in water. It will turn into a loaf of bread, a complete loaf of bread. And it's gonna, so that's just a prediction I'm making. Is it'd be like, you just throw this in the water and talk about camp bread. Now it's gonna have a different flavor. It's gonna have a different, slightly texture because it's not gonna. It's processed differently, so it might feel a little for bread wise. Have a slightly mushy bite to it, but it will be bread nonetheless. It will be chemically cooked bread. And it will be basically a capsule or a pill, probably a pill, obviously, a tablet, probably a big old tablet. You throw in a pan and it just goes, and then you let it sit for about an hour and a half, and then it just chemically cooks it. And when it's done, you don't feel a heat off of it, but it looks like it's been parched, so that's the cool thing about it. And that is just a prediction. It would be very soon too. This would be more like a camping food. The thing will have properties that when they put it in the water as a small amount, just like anything, it will expand. It'll have, strange physics to it to make it expand, kind of like if you ever burned a snake, the same thing happens when you burn a snake. It just keeps going on forever until it's burned out. This big ash at the end when you're done sitting there. Yeah, it just keeps producing. And then it cuts off. It depends on how much you use, but then it cuts off. So it kind of has a chemical reaction similar to a snake that you light, but instead of lighting it, it's just put it in water and the fucking thing it puffs up, and then it has its own formula in it that's similar to making bread, yeast, and whatnot, and it all gets chemically processed in a short time. So when you're about done, it's like 2 hours when it's done. And then you go in and you look at it, it feels just like homemade bread, but when you bite into it, it'll be cold, but it will be cooked feeling. It will taste cooked. Or slightly mushier though. That's just a prediction. All right, let's see. Chemically cooked bread.
Here's some information for what is bread made of chemically?
No, that's not the right thing. Scientist makes bread from pill.
According to Vice, physicist and video game designer Seamus Blackley extracted yeast from ancient Egyptian pottery and used it to make a delicious sourdough bread.
Okay. Well, that's not the question, but YouTube man cooks bread with chemical.
Here's a matching video.
Oh, it's just chemicals in our bread. No, I'm not. See, that's the problem with YouTube. It just doesn't have an extended variety of browser options. Quiet by. But if it did, and other people say, well, you got to switch over to this or that. I say, no, dude. If they don't have the browser, they don't have the browser. They suck. Okay. But yeah, there's no chemically cooked bread. So I guess how would you go about it? Probably, you know, you obviously you're going to, right? Phosphates are the ones, right? That if you use phosphates, you can cause them to expand, right? How to create expansion in liquid.
Here's a result from search.
Thermal expansion liquids, I'm not really looking for that, but okay, this one is, let's see this, I think this might be all right.
So set up here is I have a blue solution, fluid, red fluid. I'm going to mark the starting heights. I'm going to heat those with a hot plate through a hot water bath. Starting a little over 10 degrees, so we're going to call it 10 degrees just to kind of keep it even. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in.
I don't want to listen to that. It just didn't go fast enough. Oh, well, I'm trying to find a phosphate. I just want to see what phosphate's general rule of thumb is. I forgot. What is the general rule for phosphates?
This came back from Wikipedia.
Okay, well. Okay, well, anyway, there's something that used to expand depending on what you put it in, but I forgot what it was. But anyway, the point is this: it would have a kind of a gelatin in it, and what would happen is it expands in like a foam, and then the gelatin incorporates, and it'd be more like it'd be bready, but it'd have a little bit of a gelatin backdrop, is what it would be. So, and of course, the yeast they put in there is designed to continue to make the bread after the bubbles fill up and lock in place. Then the rest of the bread, the yeast and so forth, can produce and cook chemically. Now, I'm not sure what kind of chemical I'm going to use, but it has to be, you know, something that's not going to hurt any chemical to cook bread. So that's what my you know, that's what I would like to do right now, anyway. So let's see. Chemically cooked foods.
This came back from a search.
Wikipedia, chemically cooked food.
Here's a Wikipedia result.
No, it doesn't. molecular gastronomy. Well, anyway, everyone knows acid will cook food. Okay, everyone knows acid will cook food, but will it parch food? Like bread? I don't think so. Acid is not going to parch the bread. So how are you going to get the parched effect? So, and besides, the acid would also disassociate the gel from staying together. So, I mean, it wouldn't, it would fall apart. It wouldn't expand and stay in place if you had acid in there to cook it. So, I don't think, even with the gelatin as a bonding agent, you probably have to use, a little more higher techniques than on average to make cooked chemical bread. But I would like to find out how to do it. I'd really like to know how to do something like that. I'm going to go get a very unusual drink. There you go, Bob. Might as well. Yeah, we're too hot. Fucking too hot. Mike just came out of the microwave. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Making a cookie from chemical.
Here's information from Molecular Gastronomy, WordPress.com.
Doesn't say. Google's lame. Yeah, my bread's gonna taste more like a crumpet than normal baked bread, but it will taste delicious if I ever make it. It'll have a crumpet texture, but it'll almost be just as good as bread out there in the middle of camp or something, in the middle of a national forest, where strange extraterrestrials abduct people easier because it's rural. Yeah, man. Cheers, mate. Yep, I am, Rob. Good, too. Good. How are you? It was really good, man. Thanks. Hey, tell Ralph sometime when you decide to call him back, say, how you doing, bud? And then say, what kind of coffee you drinking, Meech? Like you do, you know? You probably don't eat these, Rob. They're probably below your standards, bro. Because you grew up in Malibu. But these are all right. They fill you up. I'm not going to eat but 2 of them. How you doing, man? You get your trees all shaved already? Good. I ain't gonna lie though, the cornbread on these tastes like shit. Hey, Rob, why don't you say something walking around your house? I know the way you are, unless you're out and about, but are in your car. I'll be right back. I didn't even know this was kombucha, dude. Unfrozen, I don't know, man. It's got stuff on the bottom. Say hi to Candy and Dave. And Alan, yeah, even though I don't, and anyway, all your chicken coop members. We're not talking about biker games, guys. We're just talking about friendship. I don't ride a bike. Never have. Well, motorbike. You know, motocross. That's it. I'm just drinking some kombucha. It looks like it might have gone bad. Maybe not. That corn dogs I don't really want to eat now, but at least they're cooked, you know, and they'll probably taste better cold. Fucking things. Hey, that's a good idea. Crumpet dogs. Butter crumpet dogs. In other words, like crumpets that are cooked but also kind of flash barbecued on the outside with a fucking hot dog in the middle. If that's not a genius, I don't know what is. Turn something English into something fantastic. That's all I gotta say. A crumpet dog. That would be fucking killer. Better than a corn dog. Fucking man, use the same shit you use for a crumpet and just fucking flame broil that shit. With butter. Crumpet dogs. Oh my God, somebody's gonna get rich. How about crumpet dog waffles with hot dogs in the middle? With cream cheese and that's flavored with like saffron rice kind of like thing mixed in there with some cheese, and it'd just be so fucking delicious. Like I could make up some good food confections if I thought about it. And then those you could deep fry probably, and they'd come out kind of remind you of how they cook Jack in the Box tacos, where all the grease just goes everywhere and fries it, the entire external plus part of the internal. It would do the same thing, you know. It would, just have it wrapped around the hot dog with all that shit in it, and then you just fucking deep fry that bitch, you know, and then pull it out, fucking serve it, dog. We could get rich, fucking, you know. Of course, I also wanted to do some other things with food, but I have to have people that are interested in parties. Like if I had a longboard shop, I'd probably open up a strange side gig, like making food, like Paul Newman, you know. Yeah, yeah, of course, a hot dog's not going to taste good with cream cheese unless it has some kind of flavoring. Now, you're not going to necessarily want to put mustard in there, but you probably garlic butter will probably suffice with maybe some other mixed in spices, and that would be about it. And then, you know, just to make it wrapped up, the whole thing tastes good and everything. But yeah, cream cheese on its own, no, absolutely not. You'd have to have it fucking, you know, done like a real, you know, gastroenterologist. No, that's what happens after you eat it. Then you go and visit him. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, it's just gastronomy 101. Make sure the food tastes good. If you're going to put cream cheese in there and other cheese in there, garlic butter, you better make sure it tastes good. So, yeah. Of course, a lot of people don't want to associate with garlic, so you'd have to make something without garlic. Let's see, how about a Bulgarian pretzel stuffed with fried lamb shank strips and cucumber sauce and banana peppers marinated with Italian flavor, cut into little pieces that are roasted before stuffed. Yeah, that would be fucking sweet. You know, that would be sweet. Banana peppers have a good taste on their own. I know you like, your dad liked to cook peppers, Rob. Let me get some light in here. I have no light. Oh, there's one. There we go. Might work. Oh. I'll take this shit off. No. There we go. It's gonna work. No, maybe it burned out. It burned out. Did you unplug it, Five? Oh, okay. Looks like it may have broke, just burned out just now. Oh, I see what's up. I see what's up. I don't know. I think I might have dropped this one too many times. We'll see. Damn. There we go. Yeah, probably. It's not even lighting up. Broke one too many times. Let's see if the other one works. Where's the other one? There we go, that's much better. I have to get some light, there's hardly any, the daylight's just not breathing in here much. So I'm just gonna get a light and plug it in. This one out. There we go. That might be better, I don't know, let's see. Yeah, that'd be better, you see me now. And, hey, fine, go. So another one would be like, another way would be to somehow improve the reputation of Filipino food. That would be a great idea. So go in there and kind of fuse it with something else and then make it more of an American type of flavor. But Filipino food, I don't know, it's hard to do that too because it's kind of a strange, fucked up kind of shit. But I guess technically you could make it better, anything better. Let's see, what else? And just because, their food industry is based on their own population, what they like to eat, not so much culturally. So not like, and Hawaiian food, what the fuck is that? Spam and shit. I mean, really, Hawaiians ate pig anyway. Before Spam, they ate pig. So there's kind of one and the same. Anything salty with shitloads of fat and calories, man. That's a fucking, Islander, bro. They're just under the fucking Sumatrans. Not the Sumatrans, the kind of, those big old motherfuckers, those Fijians or whatever, Fijian, whatever those big old motherfuckers are in the islands. The one that hit you in Hawaii, maybe if you remember that, Rob. You said somebody hit you in Hawaii. What was he? I forget. What was he though? He was a bouncer. I know that. You said you were trying to get into your own show. I had a situation where I was trying to get into a show once and I couldn't get in, but that's about it. Like wasn't playing there. I was just trying to get into the show. I know a guy who snuck in Blue Oyster called PA speakers, and he lost half his hearing when they turned on to test it because he couldn't step out. It would have been too obvious he had snuck in, so he had to stay in there because they were all present. And he says to this day, he still hears like he has tinnitus and all kinds of shit from that. But Rob, what are you doing? Are you fucking up or are you fucking being cool? You can't even say one sentence. You just said one sentence and left my chat. Bro, don't start acting like some of those soccer moms. Come on, bro. In California, we used to root for, and then we come, and once in a while you come to those houses like Herman Munster, and you're like, oh fuck, I don't even want to work on that house. Those fuckers scared the shit out of me. Yeah, once in a while you come into those type of places. But Rob, yeah, you come into my chat and you don't say anything. I really think you got issues. You must be fucking having fun there. I must say that much. So the last Raw run I saw on S1 helmets, Rob, sounds like somebody trying to act like the way you sing. I ain't shitting you. Rob, I am not shitting you. If you go to S1 helmets right now, there's some song on there and it kind of seems like it sounds like it could possibly even be you. But I was looking for the singer at the end on the credits and it didn't, musician, it didn't show it. So, but it, at the same time, it was a little too humorous to be you because you know how to play piano. And this guy was like not playing very good at all. So, but yeah, you might want to look at that. Just saying. Matter of fact, I'll go to it right now. This guy it's obvious he's being sarcastic, Rob, on S1 helmets.
Skate and destroy. I love to skate. Skate and create. Isn't skating great? What up, y'all? Glad to be there. Standing out there. We're in Northern California somewhere. About skate. Hope you enjoy. Skate and destroy. It doesn't really matter if you're a girl or a boy. I love skating. Skate and create. Skating is great. Skate and destroy. I love skating. Skate and create. Isn't skating great? Skate and destroy. Oh, skate. Skate and create. Skate.
Anyway, WLFLA News. No, thank you. But this. Whoa! That was like a 40-foot slide there. Anyway, I was like 44, but I didn't really, the sarcastic music kind of got on my nerves, but I played my music, so that's how I get over that one. But that's, it reminded me of Rob playing piano for some reason. Let's hear this homeless man in Scotland. I'll give him a like right away.
Frosty morning. Apparently, it's about 0 Celsius, freezing point. I did buy a blanket yesterday, the day before. So that's actually keeping me warm with the sleeping bag and all that, and the tent. Plans are to hopefully on the 13th or something like that go over to Glasgow. I've spent a few weeks there because I have a 6 to 8 week plan. Yes, it's going to take me into November, which is definitely going to be a freaking joy. Well, anyway, when things need to be done, things need to be done. So, yay. You know, I do like walking down these kind of roads, especially when there's no cars coming. Really peaceful.
Sounds like he's got a cane, a walking stick. Yeah, get out the fucking way. Taxi. I gave him a like, so I didn't do anything wrong. I went to his channel, it was nice, like I try to be to people. Nomadic Fanatic, I listen to this. Yeah, I do. So I just
Good morning,
listen to
everyone. How are you guys doing? We're on the highway, heading east a little bit today. Got a project, as I told you. I'll upload this video with some Nomad internet this morning. Link in the video description for some unlimited mobile internet. Today's plan is we're going to go stop by Flag Tool and Repair, or Flag Tool and Engine, and we're going to go talk to them about my generator issue. I have no idea how today is going to go, but you're here with me, so let's figure it out together. Okay? All right? Also, I want to add, my eye is pretty much completely healed. Oh, I can't see it from that angle, but believe me, it's pretty much completely healed, which is less than a week. I'm so happy. Now I've got chapped lips on the bottom that keeps cutting. It's all good. All right. We'll head on into Flagstaff, one of my favorite places on the west half of the country. Ah, good old Flagstaff. The memories. Actually, right down here off to the left, I think. Yeah. It's Northern Arizona wind and sun, where I have my epic solar system where I got it from, and then Arby Pepper Wayne put it in. I may stop in and see them while I'm up here. I don't need anything, but might stop in and see how they're doing. I just can't make any plans right now because I don't know what's going to happen with the generator. So let's one step at a time here, Eric. Yeah. I love these big mountains here, though. It's so pretty. And they're doing a lot of construction there on Route 66, I-40 lots. They're going to have to hurry up because we are now, we're in Flagstaff, so we're actually at 7,335 feet here. Did I say Flagstaff again? Flagstaff, Eric. No, we're sticking with Flagstaff. I love this place. So much free camping. It is a wonderful place to be stuck. Not that I want to be stuck, but you know what I mean. We just passed RV country. I was also told that they do good work there for your RV. They fix refrigerators and furnace and water heaters and stuff like that there. But my problem today is the generator, obviously. Okay, this should be it. I'm going to make a really wide turn here. Yeah, this is it. Flag, tool, and engine repair. I see an Onan logo right there, so I'm going to pull right over here. Go in and talk to the boys and or girls, whoever's here, and see what we can do here, guys. Get back with you here in a little bit. All right, so here is where we are at today. John here came outside and spent a good 10 minutes here, started up the generator 3 times. First 2 times it wouldn't start up very well, but just looking at it, he confirmed that we came outside and spent a good 10 minutes here, started up the generator 3 times. First 2 times it wouldn't start up very well. But just looking at it, he confirmed that we definitely have a fuel delivery problem. Probably not another fuel filter hidden somewhere on the rail, but definitely the choke mechanism is completely not working. Even though the electronics to it are working, he said that choke is not bringing it back, even when the electronics say you're supposed to because you're warm. So, and I may even ask them to do a carb rebuild. Unfortunately, it's just not feasible to pull the generator out for this type of job because we're not doing a top engine rebuild on the generator. So we made an appointment for 2 days from now. So on Thursday, they're going to have the RV here at the shop all day, and they're going to work on the fuel system. And
Anyway.
yeah, oil change and filter change all.
Wow, got 56 views. Holy shit.
Other stuff.
56 views, nobody want to give me a like on that goddamn power out thing. People are kind of rude. So, like usual, I give myself a like plus another one. Fuck it. I don't care. Got 56 views though. Damn.
Almost fell over, almost collapsed, all that kind of shit. I was trying to use this fucking thing. All these bad things. You know, gotta do a little more than that. And of course, I don't really give a fuck. I'm just doing a live stream. You know, and I'll do fucking no live stream alone. I'm almost paralyzed. And the other day I was just talking about this. I was just talking about almost being, well, not almost, being paralyzed when I was 15, 2 different times. So, I don't know, it's just like I went out yesterday, completely went out. So, my tongue was fucking doing great compared to my back. And that's it, that's what's up. So, I'm in so much fucking pain, you don't even want to know. And it took my breath away, I literally almost fucking fainted from, look, I couldn't even get my blood, I was in so much pain at this point. So I just do a live stream because how many people do these live streams when they're in this kind of pain? I said, what the fuck? And I'm laying down up in this room up here. This is just some cushions I threw down here in this room upstairs just because I don't have, I need someone to help me bring the chairs up that these cushions go to. And I can't even do it right now because my back is completely out. So that's how it is with me, and that's normal for me. I mean, I was wondering why when I was hopefully it was going to happen when I was skateboarding. You know, I'm glad it didn't happen when I was fucking skateboarding. You know, going down a fucking fast hill or something, all of a sudden my back goes out. That'd be fucking fun. So, yeah, I'm just fucking around here, drinking some coffee, and I think I feel a little better now. I took a bath, a hot fucking bath. I was barely able to get into the goddamn bath and lay down and work it up. But the heat loosened it up a little bit, you know? And I fucking fucking a little bit all right now, so. But not really. I mean, as soon as I try to move around, all I have to do is cough one fucking time while I'm standing up, then my back will go up. Just the cough itself will fucking make my back go up. So I just thought, well, let's show people what it's like to be me. Even if it's just one person there right now, at least I'll get this fucking video out. Where we were. So fucking bad. I couldn't even, man. I didn't even want to leave my dog. I didn't want to fucking make coffee. I didn't want to do shit. I was in so much pain. And I kind of still am, I try to move on a little bit for sure. So, the heat only lasts sometimes for a little while, and sometimes it doesn't do any good. So, if my hair is all fucking wet and stuff like that, I don't care. I'm just fucking doing this because how many people go on their fucking live stream while they're in extreme fucking pain? It has nothing to do with my collarbone either. This back has been like this since I was 15. Every now and then it'll decide to go out, and I can't even walk. Luckily, I fucking have been doing pain for so long, I've gotten used to this, forcing myself to stand up. When it's so painful, it takes your breath away. It makes your heart fucking flop, stuff like that. That's what kind of pain it is. And it's weird, because I just got done talking about last year about my old pain doctor. And I missed the point when you radio frequency ablation, but I'll be honest with you, when you have fucking pain on and besides just killing the pain to get to your brain is the answer, because this shit means my back has been all fusing it naturally, but the nerves are getting caught up, and I don't know if it's ever gonna fucking, who knows, I might get worse, I don't know. And you don't want to just have the pain relief without knowing what's going on in the back, is what I think I'm saying. You need to know what's going on in the back. You can't just fucking go get a radio frequency ablation pain block and then just assume, oh yeah, I don't feel painful anymore, so I'll go home. No, that shit, whatever's going on down there, it's psychotically bad. It's so fucking bad, And I fucking, I don't know what to do right now. I guess I'm going to try to get up a little more later, but right now I'm just doing some coffee. It's stressful. It's stressful to be me, so. God damn. And yeah, this is a bad viewpoint of me. I don't know what else to say. I can't do anything better about it. I'm in too much fucking pain. Way too much fucking pain to give a shit about my computer sitting and stuff like that. So I just said, fuck it, I don't care. I'm just having it. Maybe it'll make me look a little better. I don't know. Jeez. Oh my God. Right now, I need surgery. I need back surgery. I need back surgery. I don't know what else to say. I mean, at least if I want to fuck. At least if I have surgery, I'll be able to, do some investigations about it. I don't really fucking have I don't want to get cut open to have this fucking back fixed. I don't want to get cut open. Jesus Christ. I say things like Jesus Christ all the time. It doesn't mean I believe in him. I mean, I believe in Jesus, but he was somebody else. I think he was like a sociological director for terraforming. That's just me. And God doesn't exist. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm just doing live stream. Probably people won't even come in because they'll be like, oh, pain, fuck it up. I don't want to watch somebody in pain. Yeah, I get it. But I thought I'd do the video live and whatnot, so I don't care. There's people who get joy seeing me in pain. Now, there are people out there like that, I'm sure. There's people that want to see me in pain. I mean, I don't give a fuck. What am I going to do? I don't care. There's nice people and there's bad people out there. What do you do? I don't know. The defects of nature are bad. But you know what? Nonetheless,
I'm I'm just looking at this fucking video of mine. I can't believe that I went on a rant about pain. Sorry, I had to look at this. My battery's low. Yeah, I know so. All right. Sorry, I misdirected myself there for a second. Looking at myself. Hold on. All right, let me see where my shit is here.
My godly temple, supposedly, no. I don't want to fucking, no, there's just going to be negative with the positive, otherwise you don't have balance. It's just how it is. It doesn't mean I like the negative. I mean, it's a defect, but it's a defect of nature. It's part of it. It doesn't mean it's all bad. Like this, it's going to cause all kinds of problems. Sometimes I cuss a lot. I don't think it's going to cause any problems for me to cuss. So I cuss. It's feedback.
I don't know why I'm looking at myself. I guess I'm bored. People don't want to talk in my stream. So guess what? It really don't matter at that point. I'm just looking at shit. You know, I've never seen this video. I know that I made it, but I never saw it. So, you know. Well, there's a few of them I haven't seen. Some of my videos haven't been getting any views. I mean, that's great. I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm just a little guy. I'm trying though. I can't stay focused on an audience that isn't there though. So if there's only two in, I'm just going to be only so interested till comments show up. So, and if the comments show up, I'm going to gain interest, and that's about it. It's not going to get much better than that. It's not like an orgasm. Some people are just very self-promoting, but not very good at what they do. I think I do just the opposite. As far as, well, I'm very good at developing and producing, but I also match, you know, some experience that I've had from years. I think I match it. Now, other people, you know, will say, well, I match it, and I still got my original Marshall and my original Fender guitar from 1976. And it's like, okay, but I'm so far not impressed. Okay, and also your Stratocaster, not impressed. Your guitar, your bed drums, no. Anything from 1976 I have long forgotten about. Same goes for 1980 or 81, any of those years from the past. Try to say goodbye to those eras. That's just my mind though. Trying to say goodbye forever to them. I don't like listening to vintage music. I don't like, I'm not going to lie, when television was the thing, I would look at old series and stuff. The FuGiTivE, you know, Andy Griffith, stupid shit, you know, Boxcar Willie performance. I mean, I would look at just about anything that came on. I even looked at Lawrence Welk a couple times just to see if the bitch had any talent. You know, it's just, you know, it's here nor there, but you know what I think I technically am? I'm a Picasso, but I'm a combination of Picasso and the fucking nutty professor when he turns cool. Okay, that's who I am. And a little bit of that, you know, little bit of that, you know, nonchalant, you know, wine drinking pothead type backdrop. I don't drink wine, but you know what I'm saying? I probably look like I do. Anyway, so anyone that's out there that thinks that, you know, I'm too touchy to talk to in a general way, that, you know, you're wrong. I'm very easy to talk to. If you came on my chat and you didn't want to just say something and keep it on and not say anything, well then, you know, why'd you even bother coming in? you sitting there walking, just masturbating, or you fucking got things going on? You know, you got to talk to, Sandoval Gravano's nephew, or what's up? You know. You know, what's up? Why are you so fucking distant? You know, you don't have to fucking just say one sentence and split. But anyway, if you're gone, you're gone. I actually worked for Sandoval Gravano. I didn't want to. I didn't really know that I was going to go to work for him. I was just answering a paper, an ad in the paper. Simple as that. I answered an ad in the paper. Ended up at Sandoval Gravano's home in Las Vegas before he got pinched for selling that pill that everybody likes with all the different effects. Before he got pinched for that, he was living in Las Vegas under the Witness Protection Plan. Sandoval Gravano, otherwise known as Sammy the Bull Gravano. And I actually chopped Samantha. I did some weird jobs over there. I ain't fucking kidding you, man. It's just fucking some weird fucking jobs. But anyway, the bottom line is he had a cop with him. And that cop was, you could see, right, identify him. He was a cop. You could tell. So it was like, oh my God. I'm sitting there working for, and then he tells me who he is. To boot, you know, he fucking comes over. Hey man, don't you know who that is? I'm like, no. But you look like a cop. I'm thinking to myself, right? But no, he fucking goes, that's Sammy the Bull, man. You know, the guy who knocked all those people out. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I was like concerned he was saying that. Literally, I was like looking around me like, man, I didn't want to try to get shot or anything, right? But he shouldn't have said that so loud. I was like, fucking God, that got me all spooked. Because then I'm thinking I got a mobster I'm working for and anything could happen. The Witness Protection Program, I could get a drive-by, any of that shit. So I was like, oh, hell no. So I just decided I didn't have a job at the time, and I was like, you know what? The cop was just letting me know up front, hey man, this is under the Witness Protection Program you're working for, basically. So I'm like, oh shit. And I at the time I didn't have any work, so I'm like, you know what, man? I don't have a beef with the guy. I don't know if he knocked a bunch of those people out, but I'm not the hitman, so I just worked this whatever days he gave me. And then he overpaid me, and I had to look at count the money, and I said, well, you overpaid me $40, and he just go, okay, thanks. But yeah, I was about to split with the extra money. I thought he was just giving me a bonus payment because I worked extra hard, but he didn't say anything. So anyway, it was part of my life. You know, I ain't gonna lie, it's part of my life, man. Fucking. I think I've been places. I shook hands with Telly Savalas. I fucking was 4 feet from Barbara Eden. And her brother was playing Pai-Gow poker. She was playing machine for the first time in her life gambling. I was at Eric Roberts poker tournament. Eric Roberts was there at a poker tournament at the Maxim Hotel at the time. Now it's the Westin, I think. But I fucking, let's see. I was right at the movie set when James Garner was making his movie. The Rockford Files or some movie or something like that, or maybe it was another movie, I forget at the time, but you know, I had to walk through and gamble, but at the same time you could see the movie set over there and shit. It was pretty cool. Let's see, what else did I do in Las Vegas? I could really tell some stories. I really can. I was there so long, 21 years. One time, one of these country singers that's from, she's famous, and I ain't gonna lie, I can't remember, but I remember she kind of was one of those fatter country singers, but like a little more modern day kind of country. Anyway, though, she's kicked me off the table. She told the pit boss to get me off the table. Anyway, let's see, what else? Yeah, she did. Mike Tyson, shook hands with Mike Tyson in the Mirage. I think it was before the Holyfield fight. But I'm trying to remember. Sometimes I wonder if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. He had gotten a big loan to fucking gamble. Not loan. I take that back. They just give him money to gamble back then because of his boxing and shit. They just throw him $250,000. Go play some craps if you want to. Have a good day. Thanks, Mike. Shake his hand. Have a good one, bro. You know, and Mike would just go lose it all right there in front of me. And that's what happened one day anyway. It didn't happen multiple times. It just happened that one time. But yeah, he was right in the open casino, you know, and I even walked up and shook his hand at one time. I waited till he was done, and then I kind of walked in through all his bouncers. They were all looking somewhere else, and I was like, hey, I'm shaking Mike's hand. So that was before his rape charge and all that. How was I supposed to know? But anyway, so yeah, I shook hands with Mike, and let's see. But I also think Mike may have tried to kill me one time. I swear to God, might as well just say this as a joke. I used to live at Las Vegas Country Club, and he used to live in there too. And I think one time I was out walking, and somebody tried to run me over, and I recognized it as a black Range Rover that comes from the area where Mike was living at the time, inside there. And I kind of put two and two together. It might even be Mike that just tried to run me over. I got out of the way, but you know, Mike was a loose nut, so to speak, at the time. I mean, he may even still be in to some degree. I don't know, but maybe he's grown. But he was, you know, he was just not predictable. You know, he shook my hand, yeah, but he also may have been the one that tried to run me over, or as one of his bouncers or something. They're like, man, you made me look bad. You know, you walked right through to shake his hand, and I didn't even know it. You could have killed him. So maybe one of the bouncers was mad at me. That's what I was thinking. But you never know what the situation is. But yeah, I fucking planned it so I could walk through all those bouncers like a goddamn warlock I am, and fucking get through every cocksucker one of them without them even noticing until I was already shaking Mike's hand. I said, how you doing, Mike? He said, how you doing, buddy? Like, you know how he does. And I was just like, cool, you know, and he just walked on. I just walked on. I didn't give him no beef with the conversation or none of that, because I ain't about that, not even an autograph. I'm like, hey, peace. I'm that kind of guy. Doing it. And then there were people in there that just used heavy, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of rich people in there, a lot of drug use also from poor people in the area, around where Elvis Presley in the top lived, Hilton. When he used to live up to the top there, since then, it just became more. It was always a good place to gamble, but it was, you know, it's just a lot more drug use than you would really even know. A lot of elite drug use and fucking all kinds of weird shit going on. You can see it in Las Vegas. But LA is crazy too. I've been in LA, almost been run over by a fucking limo driver there. And of course, he chickened out, kind of one of them type of thing, like just scare tactics, see if he could make me dance. And I was like, no, you know, and so that's how that went down. And he just kind of fucking did a couple more acts, like he was going to come back. And I was just looking at him like, shit, dog, what the fuck? You know, like straight gangster. I don't care about that. I'll climb a building before you hit me, bro. I'm agile. At the time, I was probably not so agile as I was acting, but no. Hey, I've come close to just getting people just going shit crazy on me and killing me without me even. If I'm not paying attention, how am I going to know, right? So this guy just happened to be paying attention to, though, even though he just looked like a normal limo driver. So, I mean, but, you know, people in LA are crazy. You don't just have to watch your back. You actually have to have eyes in the back of your head, just like in Vegas. Vegas isn't as bad. LA is really bad. I don't really like cruising around there, you know, and then it becomes to a point where everybody's, you know, you're in an entire place where nothing but straight up Latinos. And it's like, hey man, I didn't come out here to fucking do that. I already have an issue with Vegas going like that. I'm trying to stay in a certain. That's why when I was in Vegas, I walked a strip walk because you get a lot of different folks walking back and forth, not just, you know, so every different type of person. So yeah, it felt better at that time, but in reality, Vegas is a very dry and dusty place. It's not very pretty looking. It fucking looks polluted when you come in. It is polluted when you come in. There's nothing good about it. I mean, now if it was fucking like not polluted, you know, yeah, I'd like possibly like it a lot more. Obviously, desert's cool, but when they're polluted, they're not. So, and the same with Salt Lake City. It's polluted. It's got a magnesium plant that's been changing its names for licensing reasons and to push this stuff into the air that people have to breathe and covers the sky into gray clouds that are pollution. It's just one plant. And yet there's not one person that has stopped that over there. There's people that have mentioned it and they just blow them off because they keep buying a new license under another name and it changes all the legal aspects of it and nobody can go after them. And they keep producing this big plume of gray shit that covers the Salt Lake Valley and makes their blue sky disappear during the daytime and towards the evening and sometimes the late evening hours. So, that's just wrong. And it's just one guy, Ira Renner. One guy that's been doing this. And it's such an insult to an entire city to have this cocksucker doing that. They have ways to make that shit, new filters he could buy to make it go away, but he refuses to do it. And people just are happy with that in Salt Lake City. I don't know, they're like pacifists. They don't strongly go after the wrong things that are happening to them, is what my opinion is, in Salt Lake City. They weekly discuss it, like not weekly, like per week. No, they in a weak way discuss it, and then just as a pacifist, move on to another subject. It's not currently bothering us, the issue. Yes, it is. You're breathing it in, dude. Come on. Yes, but where's this guy? You can see the magnesium plant, what it does to the fucking air there in that fucking video he does. Yeah, let's see if we can find the polluted part.
Also, a story. Yeah, Vegas. Before that, though, we're going to do some of the requisite tourist stuff right here.
Well, anyway, he discusses the pollution.
Where the basic, ultra awesome urban architecture is. So right here in Salt Lake City, it's actually ground zero, center of command, for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You can only guess what kind of high-level plan that occupied high-level commanders in this room. Another interesting architectural feat, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Interestingly enough, it's a very similar herald to that of Union Pacific we've been traveling on for the last 5 days. This monstrous conference center definitely supersedes any best efforts of probably almost every other denomination. Greetings here from Temple, Salt Lake City, Utah. Definitely an interesting spot in all regards. Most interesting is this building here, and then behind us we've got this, I don't know what it's called, but it's the huge amphitheater where the Tabernacle Choir does a weekly Sunday morning broadcast live from here, and definitely the grounds as well. A lot of people walking around, all the business going on for the church. Surprising amount of hot girls have been coming up and talking to us, but so far they've all just been missionaries. So I'm not sure what to make of that. Right here, this is the very top of the office facility. I'm pretty sure I would say tallest building in Utah, definitely dwarfing all these other guys down here. Look at
Apartments.com puts more renters in new homes than any other website. How? By sniffing out more listings than anybody else. Really?
At least it's up on the first, and I think he wants to move it. What?
Got a potential lead on a vacancy.
Oh, is that your dog?
Good Lord.
What's up with the cone?
I told you this would work. FarmerFibers.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Tonight, I'll be eating chicken tikka masala with garlic naan. Cheers.
I win again. Patrick. It was just ghastly as a result of this air pollution. Out here to the northwest, you got the train yard, there's like refineries and everything, so kind of disappointing because
Big block of extra sharp white cheese from probably Vermont. Just eat it raw, like a caveman.
This large tabernacle, that's mistaken for
McHenry Cruiser.
I deeply, utterly devastated, heartbroken. Just got done, sorry. Got done bestowing eyes and ears upon Negs, NEGZ, his latest live stream he conducted on this platform.
My collarbone.
Referred to me, the old schizophrenic rock star, the dapper gentleman, the man with the jawline chiseled by Zeus himself.
Guy's weirdo.
He said I sound like Chris Hansen on a boatload of estrogen. That's what he said. What's the implication there? Homophobe? Huh?
Yeah, he is a fucking.
You're saying I'm not manly? You're saying I'm feminine?
Yeah.
You're saying I'm woman-like? Is that what you're saying? Sorry. I mean, my God, what are you listening to? I mean, there's nobody more manlier than sounding than me. I mean, I'm like a mix. I'm like if Bruce Willis fornicated with The Rock and out came a baby. That's what I sound like to my ears. I mean, my Lord, chief. I mean, look at this bedazzled blazer. Look at these snakeskin jeans dressed to the nines. Presenting this manly, charismatic image to the iPhone camera lens and broadcasting this to the audience. That's what I'm doing here. You son of a B-word, you bastard, you prick. Prick. How could you call me that? How could you say these words? How can you make those statements about me? Oh, because you're jealous. Yeah. He's jealous that I got national fame and acclaim, national attention. The spotlight was shined brightly upon my physical body when I besmirched the house that Stephen King resides in part-time. When I did that, and that went viral. That went around the interweb. That's what happened there. Who's to say who bestowed eyes upon that article? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Donald Trump, the president himself, his wife, Barack Obama, former president. Who's to say who read this? Susan, the CEO of this platform, she personally emailed me with a number, a special number that I did call it to confirm that it was her. That's the reason she left it. And I heard her voice. It was her indeed. And she said, "Thank you, Cruiser Man." Thank you, Cruiser Man, for getting this platform that's dying, that's in desperate need of saving, a drastic shot of adrenaline into its veins and pumping fresh new life into it. I mean, my God, you did what PewDiePie could not do. You did what various others could not do. And that was get the national fucking attention that we desperately need. Thank you, Cruiser.
I mean, my God, the traffic to this site shot up 50% overnight. All because of what you said about Stephen King's house. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You indeed are a legend, an icon, a Christ-like human being.
Christ.
I mean, my God.
Christ was a sociological director for a terraforming venue. Thank you. McHenry.
So you so bitch for dancing again with the video.
Get the fuck out of here, Black. Man, I don't know what this Black bitch's channel just came on the fucking what? Or by random? I don't want to look at your fucking channel. God. It's like, what is YouTube trying to market to people? I ain't trying to look at some black chick fucking live stream. What the fuck? That pisses me off. I ain't fucking lying. Sometimes it's other shit, but this time it was some black chick on a live stream. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I'm not subscribed to her. So let's see. People that eat grass mixed in food. Are grass eating people.
Serve Jesus. Now, again, we are supposed to eat the bread, but they're going to eat special bread before they eat this. If Jesus can turn water into one, fish into his body, loaves from the boy into what? Into what? Into his body. People can eat. So I'm going to give them food from above.
All right, so I don't want to watch the guy preaching to see people eat a few fucking flakes of grass. That's not going to work. But a man addicted to eating mud bricks and gravel. No, not interested. Let's talk about eating wild grass. No, thank you. I was hoping somebody that just mixed their grass into all their food to make it, a larger amount. That's what I was looking for. To increase the yield, of the food they were eating. Like if they were to make tamales mixed with grass, something like that. The cheese is white, not yellow. The trick to eating white cheddar cheese that's extra sharp and corn chips is to always be on the cusp of choking to death. Always keep a large creamy amount of it in your mouth, your throat, your cheeks while you're chewing, and keep your mouth shut. I had to talk on that one, but yeah. Never mix it with red sauce of any kind, no sauce. It should have the consistency of fucking like soft clay chewing bubble gum type consistency, but with no flavor except the cheddar cheese and the corn chips. It can also probably be used as mortar on, buildings. Fine, moist, and cheesy. Fine, moist, and cheesy. This shit here is about one of the best fucking fruit smoothies on the fucking planet that comes out of a bottle. Jesus Christ, this is good. Oh my God, it's fucking good. Jesus Christ. I'm an atheist, but I believe I say Jesus Christ from time to time. See what's on A&E. Latest video, please. Oh, Hoarders Creepy Toys. No, I don't want to see that. Model cars. Come on, where's an emergency show or something? Isn't this A&E? Yes. Well, where's the fucking emergency shows? Oh, Shipping Wars? That's kind of fake. I don't want to watch Shipping Wars. They're all fakes. All right, 60 days in.
I don't think I can take no more. You ready to
Wants to get my medication. Guess what? She'd already given my medication. Showed it to bands. Said John Thomas, you got my medication. I think John Thomas is about John Thomas. Calvin will do better than 600 because there are fewer gangbangers there.
I got a lot better for you. Only I do that like you tell. I know, man, you ain't gonna treat me whatever you want to. I want to like, he's like, you going to 500, bro. I'm like, what? What do you mean?
The scariest thing that could possibly happen in here is your cover being blown or somebody finding out that you're not who you say you are. It works so much quicker with snorting. I don't know why, but it just hits you a lot harder. Not gonna be like no every single time because then it might be like everybody else is aren't you? Who I am. I'm not really this person. It's good, but it'll make you feel good. Don't you feel good? Look at her new mouth. That's the biggest thing is your mouth. And it's okay because it makes them look at me like you're really, you're an inmate. Ouch. You feeling so much. You're feeling good.
Don't get me wrong, Miss Rough and Nevada, but I actually like 600 better. It's more calm, they watch football.
Calvin needs to be careful not to be taken advantage of in his new pod, and he needs to make the most of the time he has left in the program.
I got some sign.
Calvin's cool dude.
Yeah, we got a towel. Take my
I instantly liked him because he had a towel.
I just crossed mine out. They just got it this morning. I gotta get a new one.
Calvin was just a strikingly really nice guy right off the rip. He said, I look out for you, you look out for me.
That's what you guys have to do. I'll even get if you guys have towels in here, they don't bring them out. My roommate, John Thomas, I mean, he seems to be pretty light, you know. He seems to be pretty well liked. Yeah, he's pretty good cellmate.
A lot more younger kids, you know what I'm saying? More rowdy in there. Jokers don't listen. I'm really gonna go home now, man. They move me over here. They ain't give me no move me over here, just move me over here. Thinking about home, thinking about my wife, thinking about my kids, how they're doing, how they're feeling, you know what I'm saying? I just wanna hug them, man, kiss them, man, let them know that I'm all right.
I decided to move Donnie to get him out of his comfort zone. I think with Donnie being an older inmate, some of these young guys might try him, but I think he can hold his ground. A young crowd.
I'm gonna change it. I'm not interested in the story line. Not for my viewers anymore, or whoever comes into my chat, or into my live rather. I really don't care about that drama. It's not that interesting. But I do want to take a vacation somewhere. So let's see, where do I want to go? Not somewhere like out of the United States, but I just want to go somewhere different. It's not exactly in season to go places, but oh Oh yeah, I'm gonna check something else out right now. I just want to see what this girl's been up to. She's kind of like a fake YouTuber. Acts like she's homeless or something. I forgot her name though. She's supposed. Was it Camperman Alley? I don't know. I fucking forgot. Doesn't really matter. This guy here talking about getting huge 20 hours ago. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to get huge. Oh. Let's find a UFO story. I like this one from Linda Moulton Howe. I might as well go to it. But she pushes the COVID virus too much. Protection against COVID virus. I mean, she pushes like it's some pandemic. Earth Files. Earth Files. All right, you want this hot dog? Here. Came out of my mouth earlier. There you go. See if I can find that video. Here it is. Here's the second part of it, I think.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, let me get skipped all past this.
We're having one of those technical retreats that worn as part of the Army service uniform. He was also allowed to grow a beard in the context of his Special Forces status. Next, after Fort Campbell, Eddie was assigned to the one place that he most wanted to work, at S3, the 500th Military Intelligence Brigade at Schofield Barracks on Oahu, Hawaii. He arrived there in early 2007 with his wife, their 3 girls, and 1 boy, Tobias, who was in grade school. The S3 building at Schofield Barracks was not far from the famous Kania Tunnel run by the National Security Agency that listens to the world through advanced satellite systems inside the large, branching, and highly classified tunnel built into a hill, designed to look like a farm during World War II. Eddie's S3 colleagues knew others who worked in the discussions about UFOs and ETs. In 2008, Eddie's then wife and 4 kids lived in a house near Eva Beach, a few miles south of the NSA's Kania Tunnel and the Army Schofield Barracks. The whole family was outside at a table where Eddie and his wife were relaxing with cigarettes when Tobias yelled, "Dad, what is that in the sky?" Eddie said he had never seen anything like the large bat butterfly winged aerial object that was moving slowly in a large circular pattern above them. He ran for his video camera, but the battery was dead. So he got his Motorola Razr flip phone that he knew didn't take very good pictures, but was better than nothing. And he ran back outside and aimed at the large UFO. But he said the phone acted weird and all he could get were 3 images, this being one of his photos.
I know intensity, but nothing's as intense as talkies.
But here is a second image that Eddie got on his flip phone when the strange UFO was further away. And here is a third, closer, but more out of focus frame that Eddie got on the Razr flip phone. And then, when Eddie Abbott was back at the Schofield Barracks in his S3 unit, he showed one of his Army colleagues his flip phone images and asked, what was this object? He had no idea that taking photos of that UFO and asking about it would lead to the commanding officer ordering that Eddie's razor flip phone be brought to him. And then the CO, Colonel Grove, took out the memory card. On instinct, though, before he had gone to see Colonel Grove, Eddie had transferred the 3 flip phone images to his home computer right after he took them. So when the CO got the flip phone and took out the memory card, Eddie still had at least a copy of the originals on his home computer. Colonel Grove did give the phone back to Eddie without the memory card. And then in 2009, just a year and a couple of months later, Eddie was badly hurt with a head wound that caused him to retire from the Army. His DD-214 states that he was honorably discharged in 2009 with a medical disability, having served since 2006. And keeping the timeline straight is important because 7 years later, on October 29th, 2015, here is a headline that day in the UK Express featuring yet another close-up frame and wide shot of what looks like the same strange craft that Eddie and his family all saw in 2008, a full 7 years before these photos headlined in the UK Express. The date that these photos were taken was October 24th, 2015 in the Midwestern United States. Eddie sent me the Express images to compare to the 3 that he had gotten in Hawaii in 2008, 7 years before. Now here's what the Express reported about these bat butterfly winged UFO images. Quote, the odd-shaped black craft with several lights apparently on its underside is said to have been videotaped and photographed by a father and son who were just leaving a restaurant near the border of Ohio and Kentucky in the USA at around 7 p.m. local time on Saturday, October 24th, 2015. That's 5 days before the UK Express put some of their photos in the headline on the UK newspaper. But the date of the actual event is October 24th, 2015. The pair who took the photos and brief video allowed only their names, Tom and Christopher, father and son. And they said that 5 minutes after they saw these images, the craft, that 2, quote, military helicopters showed up following in the same direction that this aerial craft was moving, close quote. That's like what happened 7 years earlier in Hawaii. 2 Nighthawk helicopters followed by jets showed up where the bat-winged UFO was being watched by Eddie Abbott and his family, until the military helicopters showed up and the black-winged UFO took off toward Diamond Head and dove down into the ocean water. And then Eddie, his wife, and 4 kids watched a military operation of helicopters and jets circling over the ocean long into that night in 2008, apparently determined to find, catch, do something with that large bat butterfly winged UFO. And then 7 years later, on the Kentucky-Ohio border, the UK Express reported, quote, in the video taken by the dad, Tom, the UFO craft is seen to slowly glide past, but as it nears the horizon, 2 small flashes, spark of light, are seen away from it on either side of this object, close quote. And we are showing first normal speed and then slowing down by 50%. We don't know what these bright light sparks are. Now, what is this large black bat butterfly winged aerial object that has been photographed over Eva Beach in Hawaii in 2008 by Eddie, then 7 years later on the Kentucky-Ohio border. And there have been a couple of other images that Eddie has seen and I have seen that sort of resemble these, but these are the two clearest. And why did Eddie's 3 flip phone photos so anger Colonel Grove, his commanding officer? Eddie felt punished for simply wanting to show his fellow Army friends what he and his family had seen. After all, he was an American intelligence unit analyst. He was based at Schofield Barracks. And further, Eddie was used to having a cigarette break or drinking a beer with a few of his S3 500 MI, stands for Military Intelligence Brigade, and also guys from the 732nd Military Intelligence Battalion, when there were all kinds of strange talk about UFOs and ETs in those discussions of military colleagues when Eddie was there in Hawaii. That is how Eddie heard about what we listened to last week of current humanity being the 4th genetic experiment by advanced intelligences mixing and matching genes on Earth to create different species, including smarter, standing up primate humanoids. And if the 4th experiment is us, and it did not make, whatever the 4th experiment was, did not make humans evolve to be less violent, as Eddie pointed out, was in the discussion. There could be a 5th experiment to replace the 4th. Maybe that's why the discussions are so classified. He knew the subject was sensitive, but clearly some of the Army guys did have this knowledge about ETs on Earth throughout the solar system that the American public has never been given officially. So why the huge disconnect between the reality of alien presences and their very advanced intelligences and technologies versus the political cover-up since World War II that has promoted humans as being a life form on this planet that is unique and alone in this universe, and that UFOs are just misidentifications of weather balloons, birds, Venus, and fireballs. I have been trying to penetrate the policies of lies and deceptions since my first investigations of bloodless, trackless mutilations that I began in the fall of 1979. And one of my breakthroughs came in the early 1990s when I received half a dozen letters and illustrations from people in the human abduction syndrome, which showed a cloning technology of large tubes in which different types of bodies, ranging from human to extraterrestrial, were sustained by light frequencies from the tops and the bottoms of the tubes. One abductee said to me, like resurrection tubes. And in my 3rd book, Glimpses of Other Realities, Volume 2, I have a 106-page chapter in this book, which has those images of the cloned bodies. And we had that down on the table, and this has been one of those nights. We're all human. In my book, Glimpses of Other Realities, and in this big 106-page chapter, I'm showing you that here it is. That in this book, that was first published in 1998, that's 22 years ago, that it goes into all of these issues having to do with cloning, making hybrids, evolution, genetic manipulation on the Earth through half a dozen people in the human abduction syndrome who have been exposed to this and who have seen these tubes. And 22 years ago, in the past 2 decades, I have met only one government person who knew firsthand anything about extraterrestrial cloning human body tubes and the big box in which they seem to exist. And that is that the non-humans are interested in our bodies and cloning them in order to try to get access to our souls.
I disagree with her here.
Subject, one of the most sensitive subjects. But now
they're just trying to hack our AI systems. They're different extraterrestrials. That's
being able
all.
to interview Eddie App, that during my 2-hour interview with him 2 weekends ago, that I was asking him why there has been 70 years of denials about UFOs and ETs on Earth in the face of all of this material coming through humans and abductions. Why is there these policies of denial still on Earth when so many military and government people and abductees know the denial is a lie? Who do you think is keeping the big secret of the fact that we're on a planet with species that have been here for maybe 500 million years, and we, Homo sapiens sapien, crossfaded with Neanderthal only about 45,000 years ago? That's how young we are. And if Homo sapiens sapien is the 4th experiment, are the humanoids which are experimenting on Earth, are they in the end totally in charge of everything that happens in spite of human Homo sapiens sapien power brokers?
I believe that they are the ones in charge. That's why they mingle amongst us. And I believe they want us to reach a spiritual level somehow. There was a talk about souls. They were interested in our soul somehow. How do we have a soul? How does this container hold the soul? That was a strange conversation. I thought, man, that's just weird stuff people talk about in this space.
Well, that is critical. This is the most critical of all the subjects that you have mentioned. Can you describe where you were and who you were talking with or listening to about the containers and the souls?
I was sitting outside of my office, smoking a cigarette at the table with all the guys from the 732nd, the communication guys, to listen to people talk. There was a couple of officers there. There was a first lieutenant, a second lieutenant, and then I believe there was a lieutenant colonel. They were talking about how these beings from other planets were interested in our soul. How did our soul get in our body, and how could they extract our soul? How did it fit? Could they move the soul to another vessel? Stuff like that. It was like, it was crazy, but I just listened and it started to make some sense that these beings from other planets are interested in our soul.
It's not really our soul, it's just our built-in AI system.
Our containers and do all kinds of stuff to us, but they couldn't get our soul. They wanted to know how to capture the soul.
And the person telling this new
they're trying to hack into our genetic AI system.
In the Korea tunnel, and he was one of the officers that listened to otherworldly communications, and he had, I think it was 18 years of service in intelligence. So when you get to a certain level of intelligence, you've already been around the block and been a lot of places. So he knew firsthand that they were looking to find out how to get our souls out of our body.
It's a misconstrued conception that he says soul. It's not a soul.
The person who was talking was working.
They're not souls. They're personalities from a cross-hatch of different kinds of extraterrestrials, beings, and stuff closely related to humans. And what happens is they blend them and then they send them into the genetic code of the individual. And the aliens, all they're doing is half the time they're doing a diagnostic. They're also checking their personality so they can copy it and stuff like that. They're not maybe even the originators of our genetic AI system or anything. They're just sort of like pirating whatever they can get off the humans when they do a diagnostic. And then they can figure out how many personalities were injected into it and stuff like that. And they can get a reading. Sometimes they maybe can't, depending on what person it is. May be harder from person to person, to do that. But I think that's what they do. They kind of pirate personalities from other beings that are closely related to humans, and then they just kind of inject them into us genetically. So, but anyway, we're done with Linda Moulton Hall on Earth Files, YouTube. So that's what extraterrestrials do. It's not, it's actually a benevolent action, because without it, we'd have problems. We wouldn't be able to function because we've been bred with monkeys, Neanderthals, humans. There's no evolutionary difference between the time they decided to mix us and the time that it happened. The focal point is that from that, as a result of that, there is no real personality in the human when it's a baby, so they actually have to plant it into our genetics, kind of like nanotechnology. So that's one thing people don't get. It's not a soul. It's a bunch of different extraterrestrials that are closely related to us from a surrounding location. And that's why we are third and fourth, maybe, genetic quality, because we're good for breeding. They actually, they have better breeding with the 3 and 4th genetic than they do the top breeds, so they actually have better breeding, more of that instinct to fuck, stuff like that. So that's why I think, extraterrestrials want to make sure we procreate too. Come on, 5. Can't you come in your doggy door anymore? 5. Okay, I drank too much of that berry juice. It was so delicious. 5. 5. Where? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Come on, just come through. Don't worry about that. It's okay, Baru. Come on. Come on. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Yeah, he's kind of a big dog to go through that doggy door, though. I ain't gonna lie. Really? Really, buddy? Yeah. You okay? What happened? Did a fly by you? Oh, okay. There you go. Good idea, Bruno. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. Lay down. Curl up in a ball. Lay down in your bed. Good boy. Collarbone hurts. I had to make a quick movement not long ago, and it was definitely not a good thing. So. A little bit tired, smoking a little weed, trying to reduce pain. Single male, likes women, wants to fuck all the time, doesn't have pussy in the wall. Never listened to Jimmy Buffett except for a couple times, just so he could laugh. But that was the only time. I don't want to listen to Jimmy Buffett. Can't force me to listen to Jimmy Buffett. So hard to sleep with a broken collarbone. I didn't really get much. Never. It's just torture. It's like you can't lay on your left shoulder. I'll give you another synopsis of me when I work out a lot. My shoulders aren't that big, but they're big enough to cause discomfort when I'm laying sideways. I am not kidding you. When I work out, the fucking meat and everything on the shoulder actually offends me sideways like I normally can. Seriously, as a motherfucker. I am uncomfortable trying to put a fucking bulgy shoulder sideways on a fucking sheet. It doesn't feel good. It's kind of like a chick who gets punched in the tits. It doesn't feel good. You don't want, not that I've ever done that, but you don't want a giant fucking muscle in the way of trying to lay sideways. It fucking causes your whole body to contort. It's not comfortable, and it'll put your shoulder to sleep or your neck, or it'll fucking put something to sleep. Your shoulder probably. It'll fucking put it to sleep because the veins can't handle being pressured into that kind of position. So when you get big shoulders and you lay sideways, to me, it feels uncomfortable. Now, some guys, they say, I don't have any issue. No, when I lay sideways, that shit hurts. I want to be able to lay on a hard surface sideways. I don't want to have to rely on just something that's soft. No, if I'm laying sideways, I don't want my fucking giant shoulders in my way. So I don't fucking build up that big. I would never build up that big. The damn things fall asleep. They can't handle the pressure of all that meat, fucking flesh on your shoulder area. They're used, it's not probably normal for most humans, but like maybe caveman had a little ability to fucking be wider and not be uncomfortable sleeping sideways. But a normal human today, no, that shit hurts. Especially with a broken collarbone, now I can't even do it. With smaller muscles. With way smaller muscles. Like for fucking small compared to, normally I'm a big guy. But you know what? It's a good thing. It's a good thing to, keep your weight down and kind of, even if you are fat, technically obese, at least you look somewhat trim, stuff like that. Exercise. I was going to end the stream, but I just feel like sitting here, my back's not giving me a hard time in this position, so why not keep it going while I can? Otherwise, I might not be able to. My collarbone hurts. See what's going on. Anyway, this guy, he sounds like a real dumb grunt talking about the military shit, so not really impressed by him.
She has popped in on my line and she sounds like a scammer.
No, you're the scammer. He dialed my number. I had never heard of this before.
I just dialed one number. I didn't call two people. I don't know why you're both. You're sure that's,
I know.
That's not one of your kids on the extension phone? Just
I have no kids here. I'm by myself.
Okay, well that's. You know, I just want to buy the desk. I'm very interested in the desk.
Okay, where are you located?
I'll pay the $125.
Yeah, let me give you my address. You want my address? Come over and pick it up. It's
where are you calling
available. We still have the boots too.
I'm in Chiefland.
Oh, okay, so am I.
No, I'm in Chiefland. I don't know who this lady is.
The boots are sold, honey. You don't know anything about it.
I'm not calling about the boots.
Don't eat
This
that.
other lady said the boots are still available. It's not me. I don't know how that's happening.
This lady is impersonating me. My name is Kitty.
What's your last name?
It's none of your business. What are you, an identity thief? You must be. If you're
you are.
Popping up on my phone line like this, trying to act like you're me.
Dial my number back, and we'll get rid of her.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get rid of you, man, because you're the one that's a faker, scammer.
You there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just confused about all what's happening.
I know. Well,
I should.
Whatever number you dialed, just ring it back to me.
Oh, I dialed.
Are you a 528?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got your number. Yeah, you called me.
Oh, yeah, you can call me back. Maybe she won't be on.
No, I'll be here because I'm the one selling the computer desk. Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, I called about the oak computer desk.
Yeah, and you know what? I called the number back, and it says it didn't even ring to you. It said it's a disconnected number.
Well, I don't know how you're still on my line then, because,
you're a scam. I'm sorry.
I'm not a scam, ma'am. I'm just trying to sell my computer desk, and I don't know why you're interfering with this. I'm just trying to make a sale.
How did this man hear about your computer desk?
It was on the radio.
No, don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Oh, sorry.
It's from the radio.
How did he know about your computer desk?
Because I put it on the radio this morning. And I've been doing that for years, I'm always...
That woman is crazy.
I am not crazy, ma'am. You're the crazy one.
What's your number? No, he called me.
My number is 4057.
Look, I just wanted a computer desk. I don't know why. What's this all about? This is just weird to me.
I don't know either, but my phone has been saying that I have a bunch of
Because you're a scam.
I need to. No, you are.
You are. I've been
said that I need to go to Verizon because there's a bunch of virus on my phone, and that's probably how this is happening.
Oh, that sounds like a lie. I wouldn't listen to that message.
See, she don't know anything about it.
She sounds like a scammer.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she definitely does sound like a scammer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
God, for years.
Can't get any more deliberate.
Really?
I sold my food sealer last year.
Well, this is the first time I've put anything on.
Oh, that's weird because I remember putting lots of stuff on. I remember I called into the radio station. I said I was looking for laying hens. And I was selling my woman's cowboy boots. I've been selling on here for years.
This is a scam. I'm saying this is a virus, sir.
I know, you're the virus. You are the virus, ma'am. I'm the real Kitty.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well, I'm sorry. Which one's the real Kitty that actually has the computer desk?
That's me. It's not
I
her.
live in Chiefland.
I live in Chiefland, and my name's Kitty. I'm selling a computer desk.
Sir, you want my address?
Yes, please. Can I just come by anytime and get it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Let's see if she has my address.
No, you tell me your address.
No, you go ahead.
You're calling from Old Town, across city.
Well, I'm calling from. I'm in
Chiefland.
Yeah, I'm in Chiefland.
Yes.
So
I'm between Chiefland.
Which address?
Yeah, I'm 8 miles from Chiefland.
Which address should I come to?
55.
Lane.
Third Lane. Yeah, see, that's my address.
You just come there and this lady will, it's of ours, it has to be. Because I keep getting these messages to take my phone to prize and.
What do the messages come up on your phone? Why
Get that, sir?
why haven't you taken it to Verizon then?
Yeah, I got your address.
Okay, well, just come on, I'm here.
Okay, but it's not going to be her, sir. It's going to be me. It's at that address. She doesn't know what she's talking about. This lady's on drugs.
That lady is so nuts. You must be on heroin or something like
Yeah,
that.
she's
No, I am not on heroin. I just called to buy it.
No, this woman, the other woman.
The other woman?
It said she's me.
Well, I thought that was you. Is her name Kitty? I'm so confused.
I'm Kitty.
You're kidding.
Just come to my address and you can buy the computer.
Did you say you're kidding with me?
No.
She's not Kitty. I am Kitty.
What's your other name?
What do you mean my other name? What are you talking about? I don't have an other name because I'm not a scammer.
Oh, see, you don't have the other name.
I'm not
That's
a scammer.
right.
I'm not a scammer
Yeah,
like
you're
you.
scamming me. That's right. Because I have a different name. Like, you know how you go to school and you have a proper name, sir? And then you have a nickname?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Just come to this address.
Okay, but is it gonna, like, are you guys gonna be fighting when I get there still?
She's not there. She's not here.
I am too here, and I've got the desk all ready for you. I've got it sitting out on the porch.
See, that's a lie.
What's a lie?
It's not sitting on the porch.
So it's not ready?
It's sitting on the porch. No, it is ready.
I shouldn't come and get it?
You should come and get it.
You should not come and get it. It's not ready.
I don't know what
So
to
if
do.
you want to just come to the address if you want it, because I'm going to sell it to somebody today.
If you come to this address, I'm going to take my axe and I'm going to cut the desk in half right in front of you.
And I'll have the sheriff here for you, lady.
Oh, no, I don't allow the sheriff on my property.
I'll have the sheriff here for you.
My property is a sovereign.
Lady, I'll have the sheriff here for you.
Sovereign
I'm
nation.
telling you.
I don't allow
So
sheriffs.
if you want the desk, come to the address and get it.
Well, I don't want to come there if there's...
I don't know. Not very funny. Phone losers could do way better. He's made me laugh when he talked about the shafts on the ground. But as of late, no good creative ideas. What can I say? He just doesn't come up with them very often. But yeah, we try anyway. Maybe I should do a prank. My phone's kind of run low on energy if I do. But I'm not going to do that. Let's see what I can find up here. Okay, this is 1 year old. These are pretty cool dogs.
Hello and welcome to Animal Watch, and this week we're talking Blue Bay Shepherd.
I'm truly stoked as today I have been invited to the birthplace of the Blue Bay Shepherd. This dog breed has been one of my most requested films on Animal Watch, and today I finally get to meet them in person. And also,
All right, let's speed it up because I don't want to listen to all this fluff.
Come here, Vision. Come see Mama. Beautiful.
Vision, did you get to come visit? Did you get to come visit? She says, yes. I love to visit. I love to visit everybody. And Vision is actually a second generation Blue Bay.
Anyway, it seems like a mild-mannered wolf dog, but yeah, Blue Bay Shepherd. Pretty mild-mannered looking. You can actually make mild-mannered dogs from wolves. People don't realize that. So. Anyway, that guy, you know, I got bored of the military shit. What else is there to look up? Oh, let's look up this one because this is what I am. Wikipedia description of person who does not believe in hell. Nope. People who do not believe in hell.
Here's what I found on the web.
See, it's just so ingrained that people believe this shit that they don't even have any response to people who do not believe in hell. I'm one of them. I don't believe in God, but mostly I don't believe in hell. So why does it always have to be one of those things that cannot be answered on Google? I don't believe in hell. It's that simple. How many people do you know like that? That are, you know, yeah, oh, well, you're an atheist. It makes sense. No, no, it makes sense that I believe, you know, yeah, I'm an atheist, but I believe that, you know, first you bring up that you don't believe in hell. First of all, hell is the most religious created scenario to scare people into it ever. To make someone frightened if they don't follow a religion. It's psychology 101. I mean, you're basically brainwashing people to be scared undercover so that you can technically, like a Manchurian candidate, control them in an environment, what they suspect is a form of community. And in the same way that somebody has a cult, but it is no different. Or religions can be called so easily that the description between the two aren't significant and rather, you know, rhetorical. It's rhetorical, is what it is. It becomes completely inert. So, yeah, but yeah, there's probably nobody out there who's wrote a book. Why I don't believe in hell. There's probably no one that's made stories about how hell was a big lie and it doesn't exist. Nobody. I think I should be the first. Write a book about the hellless plateaus. Call it the hellless plateaus. And say what it is this. When you die, your soul gets transmutated to another vessel. And it's full of personalities that coexist to keep your human body functional like a robot. But from a laundry list of other extraterrestrials. And as a result, that is what keeps the body and the function of the human. But without it, that AI system installed in the genetics is the only thing. So without it, we would not be able to function. We would be like blank vessels. So they are filling in for evolution that did not take place, because artificial evolution took place here to kind of trick for a future intelligent life form when they become technological, that, you know, it's evolution. But the truth is it's sped up and it's created artificially. So in other words, they're testing creatures out as they go through whatever linear time field they feel is to fit the narrative. That, and if any other beings become somewhat intelligent here, at least they'll have to be kind of like chopped off at the neck bone so they don't go overlearn too much, get too smart. And that's what I think's up. You know, they really don't want you. It's like somebody that breaks a chicken's leg, you know, and just so a customer will come by and buy it. That way the chicken doesn't suffer as much and it doesn't go anywhere. So the guy buys it quick because he doesn't want the chicken to suffer, and the seller, he broke the leg not caring, just knowing it would get someone to buy the chicken. So there you go. Philosophy 101 by Road Fugitive. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and you can always listen to this again and realize one guy came in and commented. He might even get subbed for that. But in the meantime, hey, I'm the musician right now. Currently, I make music. He does, but it's old music. It's vintage. We're two different entities in that department. He doesn't do a live stream, and I do. We're two different entities. If he starts doing a live stream, I'll freak out. In the meantime, it might actually help his channel. I don't know. But yeah, the guy who came in, you know, Rob Miravelio from the Cafe Creamery or something like that, Holy Cow Creamery or whatever, where they make wondrous delights and they actually sell this special stuff called Jamaican table salt. You should get it. No, I'm not kidding. Jamaican table salt. It's actually their own product. Yep. It's called Jamaican table salt. Oh, you don't want to know the picture on the front. You don't know. I know you were thinking that, but you don't want to know. It's not Aunt Jemima, but it is a dude. Yeah. You know, he's just got dreads, you know. He looks kind of like a Cheech and Chong friend or something. But what I mean is you're probably some old prude or something. You don't care. So it's all good. I don't know. I mean, you don't talk, so whoever you are. Yeah, some people do videos about, you know, their interests, and well, most of them do. Some of them are false interests, some are real interests. Some of them are convoluted with seismic proportions of what can be easily looked at as not authentic or possibly made up. But you know what? Hey, I give people credit for their extension and will to go outside the box when they're thinking and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm good with it. And I can make the decision whether they're psychically in tune. Because sometimes people can become engineers like Tesla just based on their psychic ability, knowing what kind of vehicles and technology may be outside of our known knowledge. So I'm not referring to the car, but the man. Like for instance, I want to make a longboard park that has, you know, some jumps and shit. Not too big, but yeah, jumps, all kinds of stuff. Downhill. I guess the rule of thumb will be you arrive, you use it, and film yourself however you can, or you can hire one of our filmographers to film you, type of deal, and get it more professionally done, if you will. But yeah, you're allowed to get one of those. In addition, you come to the camp, but the camp does not have grounds for you to stay there. It is only set up by design so that you can use it per day, kind of like, you know, Six Flags or something. So you can get a season pass for it and stuff like that. And when you get injured, they're not liable. You assign it to dotted line, and you have to prove that you at least have 4 months experience on a skateboard. By videos or something like that. You know, no one's answering me, but I'm just saying that's how they would do it. I'd be like that. Hey, Google.
Oh.